This is not a commercial, and I'm not a smoker. I'm actually not a drinker, but looks could be deceiving. And I have the sunglasses on, not because my eyes are bloodshot, and not because I'm drinking a lot or smoking a lot. Just like when you take prescription drugs. Are you high? And sometimes you take a high dose and you can die. Years ago, there was alcohol. Alcohol is legal. But alcohol, if we take enough of it, we can't take it with prescription drugs. And we're not allowed to drive with it because it's a killer. And it could kill us and kill everybody else. Now, remember this. It could kill someone else if you're driving. At the same time, recently, new laws were passed. And these laws were passed that even synthetic marijuana is illegal. That's like this. This is an electric cigarette. This is not a real cigarette. But people think it's a real cigarette, so looks could be deceiving. Now, what does it take for our government? Now, doing a survey for this documentary, 18 states approved this medication, which is marijuana. Now, what can marijuana do? I wanted to smoke this right on the air to show you what happens to me, but I can't. It's illegal. But I'm allowed to drink this whole bottle of liquor and probably pass out. But I don't want to. But I wanted to prove a point with our government officials. I wanted to prove a point with Congress, Washington. Why is the pharmaceutical companies killing people with their prescription drugs, and yet a little cigarette, they're saying is illegal? We have a person here. Now you have to remember, 18 states from Alaska, Arizona, California, all these states are allowing marijuana. Because if you're in pain, look at the story of the child. All the prescriptions didn't help him. Marijuana did. Now why is our government against this? Because they're not making money off of it? Well, maybe it's up to the people. Maybe it's up to the people to say enough is enough. And we're not going to be able to take it. I have one person here today. She's saying enough is enough. And we're going to go over to her now with all these medications as you see that she takes. Why can't this person take marijuana? I'd like to welcome you.
Thank you.
I want you to tell the people.
I really appreciate you touching on this subject because as I've contacted you and you're aware, you know that this is a very personal subject for me alone.
Okay.
And I am trying to speak on the behalf of the percentage of individuals that are out there that are in circumstances that I am in, that have to take, these are just my over-the-counter medications, as you can see. These are all prescription drugs in excess of what I bring home on my Social Security disability. I pay in excess of $1,300 in just copays for my medication. I am not eligible for any help because our government, the government that I elected into office, who told me they would help me, has now turned around and told me that $16,900 a year, which is what my bring home annual salary is not considered poverty, but $16,800 is considered poverty. How can that be when I am paying out more than what I bring home in just my medications? Not my doctor's copays, nothing else is included. Not my insurance, nothing.
Are you allowed, have you ever, and I'm sure you have, smoking marijuana?
I absolutely have.
Okay, what is the difference? Now some of these...
Well, let me read you the side effects.
Go ahead.
Okay, just on one of my pain medications, and this is as per the pharmaceutical company. Can cause.
Now let me remind you before you start, this documentary is going to Washington. This documentary is going to the president and to every congressman out there.
I am happy for that, and I would like people to know that. Because the precautions on my pain medication, in my opinion, are more dangerous than marijuana, which I have smoked. And one joint will get me through an entire day where I have to take an absorbent amount of medication 3 times a day to get me just to be able to stand up and walk. I have nerve damage. I have a spinal cord injury. I have fibromyalgia. I have a torn ACL, lateral medial meniscus. I have herniated discs in my neck, herniated discs in my lower back. I have sciatica. I have a multitude of health issues. However, the side effects to my pain medication: nausea, vomiting, constipation, dry mouth, sweats, lightheadedness, dizziness, drowsiness, constipation, which we all know that also can cause fatal injury, can cause your heart to burst if you actually try to go to the bathroom when you really don't have to. This medication is so dangerous and so widely abused that if you're an asthmatic, which I am, you have to be extremely careful because it causes your heart rate to slow down. Not only does it cause your heart rate to slow down, but it can cause mood changes, agitation, hallucination, severe stomach and abdominal pain, difficulty urinating. It also can cause damage to my pancreas. It can cause damage to my gallbladder. So, my answer or my question to the government is, do I have to take all of this? Or can I smoke one of this, which is one cigarette that will last me for the day?
But you won't keep the pharmaceutical companies in business.
That's not my concern. My concern is not to keep
Name
the
one
pharmaceutical.
of your pills that's a painkiller. Do I see Vicodin over there?
You see, Vicodin, which is my
Or Vicodin.
my breakthrough medication. That is one of the minor drugs.
What is Vicodin?
Vicodin is hydrocodone and
It relaxes a person?
no. It takes the edge off of my pain.
Doesn't marijuana do the same thing?
Marijuana actually helps me better because I can go to marijuana and take a drag or two and put that out. I don't have to feel in a lethargic state.
Like it's in your system.
Right. All
Now,
day
if
long.
you go to a party and you took one of your medications, you're not allowed to take this.
No, I am not. I do not drink.
But if you took, let's say, a joint, as they put it, of marijuana, and you took a drink, it's not going to kill you.
It will not. But
But
if I take a drink and my medication, it can kill me.
So, I think we all know, I think as of today, the law today now, I think I just read to you, they're prohibiting. Now, Governor Thomas Corbett, now we do have a governor that's running in the Pennsylvania area. Her name is Swartz. But this governor, Thomas Corbett, he's getting a copy of this too. He's trying to prohibit synthetic marijuana that's sold in your gas stations.
Well, I'm going to bring up a very important point. There was just a young boy in Colorado. The poor boy was having between, and this was just on the news last week, 60 to 200 seizures a day. A day. This poor child was 10 years of age. His mother, marijuana is legal in Colorado. The mother, against all of her friends and family, allowed the child not to smoke. She injected him with a synthetic marijuana via IV, not IV, intravenous, through the tube in his mouth. For the first time in a child's life since the child's been born, he went seizure free. And you know what I do? I applaud that mother. Because you know what? You've been faced with the life-challenging difficulties of choosing medications. The poor child has had a shunt. He's had a multitude of surgeries, as well as myself. And all they do is keep putting you on more medication because one medication causes another side effect or for something else in your body to start failing. So they have to give you something else to compensate the pain medication that you have to take in order to get up and walk or in order to get up out of bed. I go through such sweats in the middle of the night because my body actually goes through withdrawal symptoms.
What?
Because I am on a 12-hour extended release pill.
To play
And if I
devil's
sleep
advocate.
13 hours, I go into sweats.
Detoxing.
Correct.
Coming out of it. To play devil's advocate now, they say that marijuana is only the first step of going into another drug. Is that possible? Does it happen?
Well,
is that true?
I will speak on that behalf as well. Speaking from personal experiences.
Okay.
When I was a teenager, of course you are a teenager. I went from alcohol, skipped marijuana, and went to a harder drug.
Okay.
Detoxed myself with the help of my parents, had the family support that I needed, became clean. At the age of 32, I initially was diagnosed with MS. The diagnosis was wrong after a series of just grueling tests. It became that I now have 17 bad discs in my back out of 23. I've had surgery on 2. I'm not having surgery on any others until it gets to the point where I cannot any longer take it. I'm trying other alternatives, whether our government approves it here or I have to drive over to another state to get it. I will do what I need to do for myself because the medications that I'm currently taking are not doing just cause. They are a short-term fix for a long-term problem. I am a cigarette smoker. However, in my opinion, all of these drugs that are here can be taken away if they approve one simple drug to help people that are in chronic pain, which is marijuana. If 18 states can approve it, why can't the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania approve it?
Or
why?
Not just the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, but everybody's seeing this.
Well, why can't the country approve it?
I'm looking at states here that it's legalized.
We have California,
legal marijuana.
Colorado,
Connecticut is no. They're everything's pending here.
Right.
There's not one state here. It doesn't say Pennsylvania. So something is stopping it. Is it the people or is it the pharmaceutical companies?
I believe that the pharmaceuticals companies play a very big part in this. I mean, we have senior citizens that can't even afford to take blood pressure medication because their copays. I am in a donut hole right now because my prescriptions have exceeded $4,700 out of pocket cost. With one of the biggest insurance companies that's actually in the state of Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia. I pay a premium of $600 a month to carry this insurance. I am 44 years old. I pay $600 for insurance and over $1,300 in medication. Do you know what it's like for me to have to ask for help to my parents, to my family? My parents are seniors. My father is 76 years of age. He works 2 jobs to try to help me.
What are you trying to accomplish, though? You're trying to raise your own marijuana plant? You're trying to buy it? Who would you buy it from?
I'm trying to find out as much
and
information
how much does
as
it
I can.
cost? How much does it cost?
On the street?
Oh, well, okay, let's start with the street. How much does it cost on the street?
This size is $10.
Now, if they legalized it,
I would get it for free because I am disabled.
So if they legalize this, you wouldn't have to pay $10 off the street. That's all it is, $10?
Right, and risk my life. Because you're going into areas that you shouldn't be.
So $10 on the street is going to stop you from all hundreds of dollars of this prescription.
Not hundreds, thousands.
Thousands a year with the prescriptions. So what's wrong with this picture?
Exactly. What is wrong with this picture? I've had enough. Enough is enough for me. Because I've just been in the hospital due to a gallbladder, due to my pancreas. They're not functioning properly now because of the medications that I take. So this is now my substitute, my Malox. What are my alternatives?
So now you're doing it illegally now and you don't care.
I don't care.
I wouldn't care either. But how many of you think in the United States are doing it illegally because of the same reasons you just said?
I think there are a tremendous amount of people. A tremendous amount of people that are terrified probably to talk on TV. But I am not. I'm not intimidated. Because I want the government to see, and the pharmaceutical companies to see, what people... do I look like a junkie to you? Are my eyes closed? Are my eyes blurred? I am not a junkie. This is what I legally was prescribed by doctors, not one doctor, specialists I'm going to, multitude of doctors, because I have so many health issues. They all know the medications I'm taking. I have to carry a card with me in my wallet due to the medication I am taking. I am at severe risk of a heat stroke because of the medication I take, and especially today when it's going in excess of 100 degrees. I can't even, I'm terrified to go outside.
Because of all this medication. Do you want the doctors to prescribe the marijuana, or do you want to grow your own? How does that work?
Well, from my research that I've done, I mean, from my understanding, there are stores in California that you can go to. I don't have a problem going to my doctor to get it.
Okay.
But I feel as though if I can go to the drugstore or go to the liquor store and buy liquor, or I can go and buy a cigarette,
Okay.
why can't I go into the store and buy marijuana?
So my next question is, which is crazy, again, devil's advocate,
And I'm not
why won't you move to the state that it's legalized in?
because my family is
Because your
here.
family's here.
And I need my family support right now in order to help me.
Okay. So what you're asking our government, our president, the people out there that are sitting in their living room right now smoking marijuana as they're watching this, saying, yeah, I wish this was legal. What do you want us to do? You want us to put a petition together, because a copy of this will go to the president and every congressman out there. What do you want us to do? This is going to go all over, and we need your help now. If you want this, not just the middle-aged, the young. I know my father in his 60s, he wanted to take marijuana so he didn't have to take his heart medication to calm him down, his heart. So there's many people, it's also senior citizens that want to take marijuana.
Cancer patients.
Cancer is the big one. Cancer is the big one, because
It also helps to stimulate their appetite.
Yes.
So why not kill two birds with one stone? You're killing their pain and stimulating their appetite at the same time.
I'm going to be doing a show on cancer, and marijuana is going to be included in it because of the Rife machine and everything else. But I've always said our government doesn't want to find a cure for cancer, or even even marijuana helping the people. It would take our pharmaceuticals, the hospitals, the doctors out of business.
I agree with you. And I am asking that anybody that's in my situation, you don't have to disclose your name, but write to the government, write to these congressmen, write to the president, and let them know we've had enough. We need help. I make $16,900 a year. How can one person pay out that amount of money in pharmaceutical drugs and in doctor visits and in testing when one little joint I can smoke on the entire day, and it costs less than $2?
Have you ever heard of a drug called Cloud9?
I have heard of it. I've never used it.
Okay, Cloud9, this is just in today's news. Cloud9 is a new law aimed to prohibit all types of synthetic marijuana in our gas stations and our cigarette stores. And it's called, one of them is called Cloud9 Kryptonite and Dead Man. Look at the names they're giving it. And our governor is trying to make it illegal, and it says it's the next thing to marijuana, and it's even sold in gasoline stations, believe it or not. Just like alcohol, when it was prohibited back in those days, but our government wanted to take a part in it. Now they're a part in it. Now everybody's allowed to die legally.
So tax the marijuana like you tax the liquor, and make it legal to help the people.
In the 20s, this was illegal. You went to jail if you raised any alcohol, drank alcohol. Now it's legal because our government has a part of it. So why can't our government, why can't the congressman, why can't the president legalize this? And and I'm sure if you talk to your professional people, your doctors, your attorneys, I am sure they also smoke marijuana. I know for a fact. So, we have to look at all this. We have to look at every aspect of it and what's good for the people, the cheapest way around. These medications.
Well, I just wanted to bring up one quick point before we. One of the medications that I take causes suicidal thoughts and ideations. I am not a mental health patient, but being on this medication can cause me to have suicidal thoughts. So now I'm going to a whole different class of patients and medications as well, because of some of the reactions and side effects of my current medications that I
I watched a commercial last night to prepare for this topic, and it was interesting. They were advertising for a drug, the pharmacist. And before they advertised for the drug, it was a pain medication, but they said this is what it could cause. Well, the whole 30 seconds was everything that could even get you cancer.
Exactly.
And I thought, I can't believe this. Why would a person want to buy this?
Right. Why would you want to take something that you know is going to make your organs fail?
Because the doctor is telling you you're supposed to take it, and a person
And I
says,
have to.
my doctor told me.
The pain is unbearable if I don't take it.
So you're telling me if a doctor said, here, marijuana, you've heard about this, but you need it now, it's going to help you, the person will take it.
Absolutely. Versus paying out.
Why? Because it's the doctor versus the marijuana. Why trust my doctor? I trust my doctor with the chemo. I trust my doctor with radiation. Now I'm going to trust him with marijuana that is good for the people, and the cancer patients are killing them.
Marijuana is naturally grown. It's grown from our earth.
It's a tobacco.
It's not a synthetic drug or a compound drug as these are, which is made in a pharmaceutical laboratory. This is something that is grown from our earth.
Amazing. It's amazing. I want to thank you because, as I said, this is going. We're not going to stop this here because, as I said, I don't smoke. I only drink socially, and I don't even smoke electric cigarettes. But this was for a point to say everything you say is not what you think, including the medications.
Correct.
So I think if the people out there really take a good look in your household, if you're too afraid to attack, contact me. Go to my website, polto.net. Go to Facebook. Watch this over and over again. Send it. You know, I'm sending this to the president, to every congressman out there, and I will be addressing this to the congressman. I will have an appointment. But please do it. Do it, and let's get this legalized. And when it is legalized, I'm going to have this person come back to say, we did it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, and please help me to get this legalized.